my side. I've been searching, but you didn't hide. You were there through my darkest days. You know me in my eyes, and I feel like I could spread my wings and fly. I burn the sky. I see the fire in your eyes. I come alive, and I feel like I could spread my wings and fly. And I feel like I could spread my wings and fly. See the fire, see the fire. And I feel like I could spread my wings and fly.
that you need me. Tell me that you'll never let me go.
I think I need therapy, or just some more whiskey. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. I think I need to confess. Saw you in that red dress. I can't seem to understand how you got all that finesse. Still been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead.
I've been drinking Kool-Aid cameras like I did when I was 9, 'cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple 'cause it feels like a lie. We'd play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, 'cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. nice to know that they still by my side. Friends are like stars, cause no matter how far, when it's dark outside, they will be your light. We'd play Halo, and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime.
I'll go just alone. I can't stop scratching my mind. I gotta keep asking why. Stop telling me all the time everything will be fine. I can't stop scratching my mind. I don't know. I can't see through your skin. I'm not your guardian. I can't see through your Yeah, I'm lost and numb, cold to the touch. I pretend like I don't remember your name. Every masterpiece turns to blasphemy. When I close my eyes, yeah, I still see your face. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire that started from the spark. I was failing just to watch you twice.
Welcome everybody to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. I am your host Tim Voiceless Whitman, and I am joined today by a brand new caster to the scene of Valorant. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Yeah, I'm Riley Nappy Boyd. How's it going, guys?
We are launching into our coverage of the NECC Collegiate Valiant regular season. Each match takes us closer to those playoffs and potentially even a tournament. As we launch in, we're going to get ready, get set for this match between Boise State and Midland. This is going to be just reversed just a little bit, so we will not be seeing any of the newer heroes that have come out recently. We've got a new hero just yesterday in Astra, and I was just hoping to get your thoughts on what you think of the new hero, Riley.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really interesting. It's a whole new dynamic with more charges than we've seen on a lot of other heroes, and kind of timing how you play those throughout the match. And so it definitely adds a different dynamic, and I think it adds more of a skill gap. And then her ability to kind of put up that wall that counters sound, which almost goes directly against kind of what makes Yoru so good with his decoy. It's interesting the dynamic that those two kind of create, kind of countering each other.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We're going to have to take a look and see how that ends up working out. We also have added recently to the game some new tactical voiceovers. The characters will call out when they see enemies, as well as when the spike goes down, based on where you are in the map. So they'll say things like, lots of enemies A. Instead of forcing you to call that out yourself, the game does it a little bit for you, which is nice for those teammates you get on your teams that don't necessarily have a mic. So makes it just a little bit easier. But as I said previously, this is a slightly previous patch, so unfortunately we will not get to see any of Astra today, but that is soon to come. We will be bringing Astra into the game, and I'm hoping to see her get picked. We'll get to see her in some competitive play, because I think she has a very high skill cap, and there's a lot that can be done with her kit. So it's going to be very interesting to see how she ends up getting played.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be interested to see kind of how that works into the teams and who drops what for who.
Just a reminder of our rules tonight for everybody who might be new. This is the Valorant NECC League. We've got a 9-week series, and we have 30-plus teams competing in best-of-3 sets. Those maps are chosen ahead of time each week, but the home team will get to pick their opening side, attacker or defender, for the first and potentially third maps of the series. The away team will pick their opening side for the second game. Just wanted to be known out there, the Broncos are very highly ranked. They are in our highest division, the Champions Division, along with some other very prestigious schools. But don't count out those schools that are a little bit lower on the ranking board, because we have got challengers from all sectors of the country coming together. This is Boise State versus Midland in the Valorant matchup. And before we get launched into the game, I'll be very interested to see what the pick is for Boise State here. I want to see what heroes they end up choosing. Our first map is going to be Bind, and it looks like they will have the usual blend of the Sova, a couple controllers, looks like a Jet, and a Phoenix. So we've got a lot that can be done here with those kits.
Yeah, I love seeing Boise State have some aggression with this side, you know. It's always good to see a team want to kind of get out and play fast early.
That is what Boise State loves to do. They thrive on chaos, as we like to say here on the desk. They will be the defending team first, so Midland will be pushing into them. Shell's using that camera to watch over Hookah. He's going to catch just a glimpse of somebody. He's going to see that jet, but he's not going to fire the dart just yet because he wants to see how many people are coming through Hookah. He sees all 5, and that's going to be the cue for all of Boise State to run over here as fast as they can. Scout going to take down Legit Soldier immediately. Shells will trade one back, but then he'll get taken out. It was down to a 3v3, and the spike is going down. Boise State is on the outside looking in.
And you see it. You saw that real aggressive, leading with that frenzy there, coming into the hill from Midlands there. That was just a really aggressive play to try and get that spike down as fast as they could. And they did get it down, and they've got themselves in a good situation.
Oof. Tough break there as both Dreammaker and Lycan line up on top of each other. And that may have even been a collat there for the side of Midland University. We head into round 2. Now Broncos have lost that pistol. That generally means you're going to play a save round heading into this second one, but they have opted to force up now and again, and sometimes that works out for them. So far not seeing anything in the way of that. One frenzy for Lycan, everybody else sitting on the classic, so potentially a full save coming in here for Boise State. And there's the Ares for Dreammaker. We knew it wouldn't be long before he pulled that one out. Dreammaker loves his LMGs. Let's see if they can get a little bit more success with that here in this round.
Yeah, you see him just kind of holding down that outside push there, and it's so frustrating to go up against those. I'm seeing those a lot more competitive recently.
Sends the drone through the teleporter, will miss the tag, but knows that there's a player playing out there. Yoru sitting there, and Yurhat gets a headshot immediately, and then he's going to take shower control. Gets a second onto Scout in showers. He's at very low health himself, but he'll pick up exactly what he needs to keep Boise State in this. They're at a man advantage. There's only one player remaining inside of U-Haul for Midland University, and he's already been tagged up. They know where he is, and he's going to go down. Boise State equalizes 1-1.
They did a good job kind of responding there. I mean, obviously we saw the Ares come out, but for the most part, that was, that second type pistol round. Boise State did a really good job of taking advantage and kind of coming back from losing that first round so they can get some utility bought in this third round.
Absolutely, and they were able to pick up a lot of the guns that Midland dropped on the ground, so plenty of cash for them and enough getting into this third round that they more or less have the full buy that they would like going into this round. So traditionally, a lot of teams at a bit of a disadvantage if you win the second round because you don't have quite enough money to pay for your third round in that case, but Boise State successfully going to avoid that. As Lycan is going to push up into showers, he won't find anything as most of Midland is positioned outside Hookah, potentially looking for a push in through there since it worked for them so well in the first round.
And you already saw, you were talking about full buys, you see some Vandals coming out there already. That's really aggressive, but I like the play. Oh, what a three-piece there too. Holy cow from Dreammaker, and the wall bang. He's just frying right now.
Gets 4. There, he knows where the last one is as well. He's just going to line it up and gets the ace. Ooh. The wallbang shock dart, ace for Dreammaker. That's why he loves those LMGs. We see him buy one usually at the beginning of every single game, and that might be why right there. He's already got his ult online.
Yeah, spicy little ace coming through early from him. We like to see that, getting an easy buy and an easy ult for him, and that's a great way to start, and that's why the Broncos are ranked so highly right now.
Absolutely. They have come out dominant at the beginning here. Not a single person running negative in that KD tab you can see in the scoreboard there, so doing a good job of giving everybody the opportunities and splitting up those kills so everybody gets the ult points they need and the cash they need to make this work. Now Scout will get a headshot real quick on the Legit Soldier down B long. That'll take him down and put the Broncos at a disadvantage. Dreammaker going to peek that long angle with his Ares, but that may not be the safest choice as the Ares does not work that great at long range. Lycan going to send some shots through the smoke and gets one right through the headshot there in the smoke. And now he's got lined up once more, and they're going to send a Molotov right through into showers. Going to keep any of University from Midland from pushing through there. Ooh. Gets one in the showers, and now it's a 3v3. 3v2 for the side of the Broncos. Ooh. Wow, Lycan picks up one more.
Oh, I thought he had that fourth there.
Almost had the ace, but Lycan will finally get down. The help of Shells, the final player for Midland University, and they will get exactly what they need to head into this fourth round.
Yeah, Boise State, just hitting a lot of shots right now. Nothing's really missing. They're playing well. They're doing a good job of utilizing those smokes to kind of get themselves in a spot where it's almost it almost feels impossible to push into the point if you're Midland, because Boise State's just locking everything down and hitting the shots that they need to and just finding a ton of headshots.
It's incredibly oppressive to push into a team like this in Valorant, because it can feel like no matter what you do, they've got every angle covered by multiple people, and you're just, you know, running into a brick wall, so to speak. So looks like Midland are going to try something just a little bit different here. They're going to send most of their players up B long. Now Lycan will miss the op shot, but they know that everyone's coming from the footsteps and from the drone that comes out there. The grenade comes in from Hookah, and Legit Soldier will dodge that and exchange some shots back. He'll heal himself up, but that fire may reveal that he's stuck in this corner and may make it difficult for him to get out in the future.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have a ton of help over there. You see the pushing with the LMG, but I mean, when you start going so fast like that, you know, you start losing any sort of ability to hit those shots because it just gets such a wild spray. It's almost impossible to get big kills with it like that.
Yeah, Boise State now down. There's only one remaining. Your hat in Hookah will get one. He's got it all to do now, though. He's going to get two. A lot of players for the side of Midland are very tagged up, but now somebody has got themselves an... Oh, we skipped ahead just a little bit, and apparently Your Hat got all 5 of them and the ace and won that round by himself.
And he got the op too, which is so big. Yeah, that's so important for this team. You know, you don't want to lose the op, especially in competitive Valorant. You know, you see a lot of people in Unrick just throw it off the map, but you know, when you get into these kind of competitive situations, you got to keep the op on the map, because this Boise State team, when they do get aggressive, you have to have someone that can sit back and hit those opening shots so you can kind of actually get flying like that.
Absolutely. The op can be so oppressive to push into. You know, you can feel like sometimes you hear that op shot ring down a long hallway and you're just like, nah, we're just not going to go that way.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you're horrified. You don't want to play against that.
Looks like we're reversing time just a little bit here so we can see that incredible ace from Your Hat in Hookah here. Now, unfortunately, he's going to hang out for just a minute, and then we're going to see that Cypher go down. But then Your Hat is apparently going to pull out some heroics. Shells goes down. There we go. Your Hat gets 1. Gets 2. The other 3 members are not very healthy, and he does have a Molotov and his orbital strike available, so we'll see if he can get anything done with that. He's got lots of time to play with. He gets 1 more. Gonna get 4.
He's not going to need to use that orbital strike, I don't think, as well, which is going to be big because he can get that stim beacon down, and he doesn't know exactly where the other guy is, but being able to not use your ult in an ace situation like that and save that for later is so important. And that was a great feeling. That was a great find.
So beautiful. And almost a little bit lucky there that Your Hat did not end up getting his backstab by the Cypher rotating through the other side of Tuna Can.
Yeah, serious timing there came through, and I think that
all the spray.
Yeah, gotta love the spray. I think that the timing that he got all came from the tap there that he got. You know, when you get that tap on Spike, kind of get everyone thinking that you got to rotate around and try and get a play. I think that's probably where the timing came from for Your Hat there.
One of the most interesting things I think about Valorant is that counterplay between tapping the spike to fake the defuse and sticking it because you know that they think you're tapping it. It's one of those, you know that I know that you know that he knows that it could be that, so I'm going to do the other thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the second op shot that Boise State's missed, though, to start the round. That's not a good situation to be in.
No, it is not. Lycan potentially needing to warm up just a little bit here, but did he see? I'm not sure if he was able to see if the Sova, or excuse me, the Yoru from the side of Midland got close enough for him to be able to see, but it doesn't matter. Lycan goes down. Boise State now going to have to retake the site at a man advantage, fortunately enough. And now it's a big advantage as Shells takes down 1 and it's a 3 versus 1. The reload will give Shells away, and so Wolf will be on his own with 18 health against 2 Broncos. This round should be going over to the Broncos, but anything can happen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, he does pop the ult there, flies up with that updraft, and he can't find the second, though. That's tough.
Almost gets it. You know, sometimes that updraft can put you just a little bit outside player's comfort zone when it comes to crosshair placement, and you can get those insta-kills off just like he did in that first kill, but Dreammaker pulls it back just in the nick of time to put the Broncos up 5-1. Grabs the op 1 more time for his teammate there.
Yeah, and that's such a risky play when you're so low in health, pulling your ult there to try and clutch a 2v1. I mean, you have to do it because Boise State goes up 5-1. If you don't, you know, it's starting to get a little bit out of hand. You got to be able to get some money to buy, but at the same time, it's tough to, you know, use your ult there. And now, you know, Boise State's got a lot of ults ready to go against you when you're starting to lose some.
They have, indeed. They have 4 ults, potentially 5 coming online soon, so they have everything they need to be able to make these rounds competitive, even at a disadvantage in terms of personnel. Your Hat's going to drop the smoke and dissuade anybody from pushing down B short. Yeah, B short. Wolf goes down to Wolf takes out Legit Soldier in B long though.
Those are tough shots. Those are some of the most frustrating in Valorant when you start shooting and it just doesn't come off for you. You know, you miss those first 2 shots and it's just horrifying.
Dreammaker will answer it back, and so now the players from Midland are a little bit spread. Maybe not quite sure where they'd like to go yet. Maybe just taking map control, trying to put themselves in the position to backstab some players later on. But they have potentially the possibility to converge on this B point. Shell's waiting in the tuna can. And he seems to be the only one currently holding down that site for the side of the Broncos, although there is one watching outside spawn. So it'll be very interesting to see if anybody gets found out, as Lycan is hiding in this smoke, and unbeknownst to him and the enemy, there's somebody right on the other side. Oh, just too close for that op to be effective right there.
Yeah, it's a good counter from Shells. Good 2-piece from him, though, there in Tuna, because that's going to be so important for Boise State. He gets his ult off as well, so they can kind of get some info in this 2v2.
They're going to know exactly where everyone is thanks to that neural theft, and now the spike is on the floor. Midland have to figure out how they're going to get their hands on it and plant it in the next 20 seconds, so this round goes to the side of the Broncos. The orbital strike comes in into Hookah and is going to force everyone from Midland out. They've got 13 seconds remaining, and still the spike is not claimed for the side of Midland.
10 seconds left.
They're heading up through Hookah and through B long, but still nobody has it, and they have not begun to plant, and that is going to be the round for the Broncos, unless there can be some heroics. Not going to happen. Your hat picks up the headshot, and the Broncos go up 6-1.
Yeah, kind of a risky peek there from your hat there at the end. You know, you never want to be in a situation where you lose a 1v1 at the end of a round for no reason. You know, you peek when you don't need to. So he did a good job of kind of, instead of letting someone try and get a push and find that last second headshot, he did a really good job of holding off, waiting till the last second when they had to try and push him, and counter pushing when the gun might be down.
Absolutely. Also, making sure to swing instead of getting swung on can make all the difference. There is that peeker's advantage in Valorant. So I want to ask you something as this next round winds up a little bit, Riley. What do you think needs to change here for Midland University? They're down 5 rounds. Things don't seem to be going very well. What do you think needs to adjust on their side in order for them to have more success here?
I mean, I think that obviously, you know, they're obviously attacking, but they're getting so aggressive into these points, and Boise State's just kind of letting them come at them. And Boise State's just winning every single gunfight, it seems like. You know, I mean, they're not even losing the fights to the ops. They're losing to, you know, everyone just kind of sitting back. You know, you see there's more big shots coming through. They just can't win the gunfights that they need to. Yeah,
it's definitely, I mean, they get the blind there, but it still takes quite a while to take down your hat, even though he was completely blind, and there were a couple players that did have vision on him. So potentially maybe just needing a little bit more team cohesion in which angles are getting swung at which times in order to keep people from getting picked off early.
And I think there needs to be a better use of the utilities as well from Midlands. I think Boise State's doing a really good job of utilizing smokes and kind of getting everything locked down early, and I don't think that Midlands is really using it like they need to. I haven't seen very much out of their jet, which needs to be that entry point for them getting in on offense, you know, getting aggressive, using those updrafts and using those using her other utilities there. She's got to do a better job of using that. Same with Omen.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. Yeah, very cute up skin. I like that. As Shells is going to throw out one of his, actually both of his Cypher cages into Hookah. That's been a favorite site for Midlands to push into, so if he chooses to activate those, they will know that somebody's in Hookah because they make that little flicking noise. You'll be able to hear that.
It's interesting. I think that this has been pretty common theme for them. They've liked this kind of Hookah push this entire time, and I'm kind of surprised that they haven't tried to rotate this through and get to the other side of the map.
The blind will come out, but fortunately for Legit Soldier, so will a smoke that will keep him hidden. But he is now by himself as everybody else has gone down on the site there. He's going to get revealed by the neural theft from the side of Midland University and send some shots through the smoke. Not going to pick up anything just yet. The Broncos at a man disadvantage, and 2 players on Boise State are very unhealthy. Your hat especially is on death's door.
And that was better use of the utilities from Midlands there, getting that smoke down, holding off Legit Soldier from getting in and doing anything aggressive early. But I mean, he's so good with hitting those big time shots, getting the blind off. Now he's got the advantage as well. He's going to have an opportunity to go ahead and get this defuse off.
Yeah, going to try and get the wall bang there from the side of that raise, and he won't get it. Perfect play from Legit Soldier there to bait out a push through the wall firewall, excuse me. And will end up getting the kill that he needs because there's a little bit of a visual disorientation when you push through that wall. Beautiful replay here. So he's going to throw down the hot hands, going to make it dangerous for anybody to push into him, and then he's going to throw up the firewall so there's not really any vision about where he is. He fakes the defuse, forces the raise to push into him, gets the easy kill, and then finishes off the defuse. Beautifully played there from the Boise State Phoenix player.
Yeah, Ray's really had no choice. You know, she heard the tap there. She saw the utilities go down, from legit Soja. I mean, at that point, even if you think it's a fake, you have no choice but to push that. And that's just such a brutal situation to be in, and it was so perfectly played.
Absolutely. Legit Soja having a bit of a quiet game so far, but coming up big there for Boise State as they go up 8-1. So ending the tail regions of this first half here. Lycan with an insta headshot and then dashes back with that tailwind. Going to keep himself out of danger. Dreammaker with an op, watching down long and will not get anything for it. In fact, will drop to a Sheriff and leave that op lying on the ground. Your Hat will get what he needs though across that long sight line.
Haven't seen a lot of op kills come through for Boise State. You know, that's I think 4 or 5 rounds that we've seen the op on the map now, and it just hasn't really worked for them. That's not been what's been so good for them.
No, they've been relying on those hero rifles for a big part of their kills. Those op shots, Boise State continues to buy and does a great job of picking that up at the end of every round. I mean, it's a big investment. It costs 5,000 credits, so you definitely don't want to leave 5,000 credits lying on the ground. But yeah, not working out the greatest. I don't know that I've seen any actual op kills yet for Boise State, despite the fact that they've had one for 5-6 rounds now.
And I think that they're doing a really good job of, even though they're not getting the op kills that they would want, because obviously you want to, when you get those, you want to get those early picks off to try and make it that much harder to attack you. But they've done such a good job of being able to overcome those lack of op kills.
Boise State, having enough, being the defenders, are going to push straight up through hookah and get an early kill. Going to try and peek in there and see what they can get. They also throw out the camera, so they're tired of playing the defenders and want to be a little bit more aggressive in this round, and they have instantly taken control of a lot of the neutral space between B and the attacker's spawn, forcing Midland to kind of rotate a little bit. They're pretty spread, and most of them gathered around Fountain.
They got some good intel there from that drone as well. I think they saw 2 pushing up outer there, and they saw 1, and there's finally an op kill for Boise State. So I think they have a lot of info.
Dreammaker will get 1 and then go down and leave that op on the ground. I don't think it was going to be picked up by the side of Midland there. It's a 2 versus 2 for Boise State. One player is on site. The other is holding A all on his lonesome. So unless he rotates quickly, this could be a 2-on-1 take here with Shells defending. He will not get what he needs. It goes down. And that is the orbital strike. It's going to get placed immediately and force them away. Going to deny that plant there from the side of Midlands as Your Hat is on the retake here.
Yeah, Your Hat did a really good job of holding off, using that until the right moment. He got a good situation, and now he's got, yeah, you see the peeker's advantage didn't really come through. He was just holding it there. He knew exactly where he was going to be coming from, got that early kill, and that's an easy second kill.
Your Hat has the advantage there. Midland University taking the default plant location, which is what we call kind of the standard. It's where pretty much everybody likes to go because it's pretty safe and easy to watch. So they use the default plant location there, and he gets to see the circle, the white ring around the outside of the spike location, which tells him, because he just heard the spike go down, that there's somebody coming from right there. So it's an easy crosshair placement, line up headshot, just wait for someone to walk around the corner. Boom.
And I think he got some information from watching his teammate die there as well. He kind of knew where that first player was going to be, which allowed him to just kind of get aggressive and make sure that he was going to get the first one and put himself in an advantageous 1v1.
Your Hat with an incredible KD, 18-7 so far in this round, leading both sides of the server. He's going to drop this down the smoke. He's made this play a few times. I just want to highlight it really quick about how cool it is. The run it back from Legit Soulja, not going to find much. He goes to the teleport, tries to find somebody, but not really going to get anything in the way of information or kills. But Your Hat continues to play. He'll drop 1 smoke at a time on that that A long point. And in doing so, you know, Brimstone has 3 smokes. Oh, beautiful kill there from Dreammaker. He has 3 smokes and each last about 20 seconds, so that's almost a full minute of smoke time that Brimstone is able to play without anybody being able to push down that site without, you know, pushing into a smoke. So love that play from Your Hat.
And by doing that as well, it makes it so much easier to time the push with the op, and that's tough to lose your ult there from Boise State with their jet.
Very disappointing, but the ult comes out from the side of Midland using that raise. Will not find anything either. Your Hat on 15 health, but will find the kill, find 2 kills. That's his 3rd of the game, and Shells will pick up the final 1. Boise State with 4 remaining alive will get the defuse, and that will make them 11-1.
What a dominant first side from Boise State. Way to defend that. Way to come out, know exactly what you want to do, and just take care of business. Go up. I mean, they've pretty well done a good job of locking this first map up. So, yeah, that was impressive from Boise State.
Side switch, and now Midland is the defender. Maybe their playstyle just simply relies on them to be a little bit more passive and defensive. Maybe Boise State will struggle when they're pushing into the attacking, the defending team rather than playing as the defenders themselves. So, be interesting to see if anything changes, especially as these pistol rounds tend to play a little bit differently than most of the other rounds in the game. You know, there's a little bit more of a coin toss on how these pistol rounds will go because they just don't handle quite the same as most of the long guns in the game.
Yeah, and I think that if you're Boise State at this point, you know, you have a lot of duelists on your team right now. You've got 2 really good ones with your Jet and your Phoenix, so that's going to put you in a situation where attacking, I would think that would put Boise State at a really nice advantage here, and they almost played some of those defensive rounds like an attacking round.
Wow, Lycan going to go in and tailwind right into a player from Midland University. That will not find him any fruit, as Nero going to pick up 2 kills and put Boise State at a very big disadvantage. Legit Soldier now forced back into the corner. He's going to have to heal himself up with his hot hands, and he'll get tagged up, potentially go down. He will make it out alive, but Your Hat will not be so lucky. Going to go down behind that box with a wall bang. And now Legit Soldier, he'll pick up 1, but he is all on his lonesome with 14 health. He's got it all to do.
Well, if someone's going to have an opportunity to do this for Boise State, getting someone like Phoenix out there with that frenzy, and he's got a stun as well for utility. So, I mean, it's tough. He doesn't have a lot of health, but I would imagine he's at least given himself a little bit of an opportunity. He
has rotated away from the spike, so they've lost his position. They do not know where he is at this point. So they're going to fan out. They're going to provide an opportunity. If Legit Soldier can get in a series of 1v1s rather than being, you know, swung on by multiple attackers at once, he does have the opportunity to win this here. It'll be close, but possible. Just going to have to see how this plays out. See, there's the first one. He gets the headshot. He's got the reload on his hot hands. You know, every time a Phoenix gets 2 kills, they get another hot hands usage. So he gets another one, able to heal himself back up to 63. Trade himself out for the ghost there. And now it's a 1v2. The spike is still on the ground, and he only has 20 seconds left to grab it.
And I love that play because he knows that he's going to have to play fast here. Yeah, and that's tough. He knew that those gunfights were going to be at a long range, so getting rid of that frenzy, getting over to a ghost, a lot more reliable at range there. That's a great play from Legit Soldier. He just got put in a tough situation where he had to peek mid there with no real health.
Almost had what he needed there. Now remember, to our viewers out there, that they cannot see these silhouettes through the walls there. Only we can because we are the observers. So him not knowing that there was a very weak player in U-Haul there, had Legit Soldier chosen to rotate through U-Haul, he may have gotten 1 kill and then been able to translate that into a second, especially using that blind of his. Could have picked up both of what he needs, but he doesn't. Head straight for the spike because he's just too low on time, and the end round ends up going to Midland University there. So once again, that's actually the Midland University picking up both pistols so far in the game. Their only round wins have come on the pistol rounds at the beginning of each half here. Will Boise State repeat this and get another round 2 win in the second half?
Yeah, Boise State not really being able to buy very much. You know, see a lot of classics across the board, a little bit of frenzy there from Boise State, but a lot of classics coming in, a ghost every once in a while. Boise State's got to find an opportunity to find this round. Otherwise, you're going to give Midlands an opportunity to go ahead and get a really nice buy on round 3.
Ooh, Stinger comes through and will take down Legit Soldier after he gets a slight tag onto the Cypher for the side of Midland University. There is a TP coming in. They know exactly where he's coming from, and they will take him down and take his gun to boot since they brought that into the teleporter. But so many players have dropped for the side of Boise State on the B side that they're going to decide to rotate. Shells picks up the spike. He's going to rotate around through Market, but he's going to get himself caught with his knife out and go down to Nero right there. Dreammaker all alone. Got the spike, but not much help.
And he knew where he was there too. I mean, he got the call from his teammate. It just, he didn't have the ability to win that gunfight, and that's tough. And you hate to see you getting caught with your knife down. It's a frustrating situation, but I mean, when you're trying to get a fast rotate at the end of a round, sometimes it happens.
Midland University coming out strong in this second half. Picked up 2 rounds so far. They've got the cash they need to go up for a second or a third one potentially. So they may have an opportunity to cut into the lead for Boise State and bring this game back here. Not saying it's easy, but you know they do have the beginnings of what they need in order to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, and you see at least a partial buy coming through there from Midland. So it'll be interesting to see if they can take advantage of that. You know, they've got a lot of utilities coming through as well. And then, like I said, with a partial buy from them, it's going to be interesting to see if they can take that and put that into a couple more rounds and see if they can get the momentum and come back.
Absolutely, and especially helps. We have a technical pause just here for a moment here. One thing I want to talk about really quickly while we are paused is we've got so much cash on the board for the side of Midland University. They've got 4 players, I think, surviving that last round there. So that's a lot of cash, that a lot of guns that don't end up on the floor that end up being able to be carried through to the next round, which is really helpful to keep that eco at a sustainable pace. Going to allow them to play this round potentially against a full buy from the side of Boise State. They did save both rounds previously, so they should have enough money for that full buy this round. But Midland University not strapped for cash because they have so many people surviving those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because like you said, Boise State did get 2 full saves off pretty well there. So it'll be interesting to see if Boise State decides that they want to go straight for some of those big time, big hitting rifles, or if they want to, hold back, maybe throw kind of a partial buy out there and see if they can get ready for a 4th round, or for like round 4 on this side. I think if you're Boise State, you've got such a big lead right now. You don't need to just go and throw everything at 1 round and try and close it out now. I think you can be smart, hold off, kind of maybe go for like a Spectre play and just play it slower, even though you're on the attacking side. Play it slower with your buys and take advantage of the fact that Midlands is having to try and win every single round. They can't afford to lose a round, both cash-wise and game-wise.
That's absolutely so true. And it's also really interesting from Boise State because they've tended to go pretty aggressively into both sides. I'd like to see them try to go, with a little bit more util. They've got so many smokes on the side of that brimstone. I'd love to see them try and smoke off a site, cut it up into pieces, and then take that site at their pace rather than, just kind of dry peeking each of these angles and hoping it goes well for them.
Well, it's interesting because we said the same thing about Midlands as well. They weren't doing that when they were on offense, and that's what cost them so many rounds. Boise State did a good job of using their utils on defense, and now it's going to be a case of can Boise State parlay that into some offense utils as well.
Your hat going to be peeking through hookah as Dreammaker will send in the owl drone. He'll see one sitting on boxes, but that is all the info he will get. They do know that there is somebody playing. Wow, legit Soldier through the smoke gets an accidental headshot. We're going to maybe give him credit for that. Maybe that was on purpose. Very well played from the side of Soldier.
I think he meant it.
I think he meant it too. They're going to send the wallbang through there. Your hat gets another one and will attempt to plant, but will be denied as Lux comes around the corner with the stinger and will take that spike down, set it onto the ground. 2 players remaining for both sides as Dreammaker sends in the recon arrow, but it won't reveal anybody until that final pulse does get one in the back of CT spawn.
That was a good play, I think. From Midlands, they knew that there was probably going to be one pushing through hookah. He got the blind off there for him. And then, Dreammaker just had to play that so slow, but he did a good job waiting for the peak and getting a kill there and putting this in a Boise State advantage.
Yeah, gets the patience there, gets the kill as Lux tries to rotate away from the point. Now, there are 2 players remaining for the side of Boise State, but one is having to rotate all the way from the other side. Actually, appears to potentially be AFK, is not moving at all.
Maybe
it's Lycan. Maybe a technical issue. Lycan not moving. And the time is going to expire, so Boise State will lose that round. Dreammaker was able to make it close. Yeah, DC there in the chat from Dreammaker. So the internet does don't trust. It's so true. Never trust your opponents when they say AFK.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation for Boise State. And I think if this was in a closer game, that's something that's tilting. But hopefully, this team, they've got a lot of positive energy on this team. Good vibes coming through a lot. And so hopefully this team is going to be in a position where, you're up big. It doesn't really mess them mentally.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to start this round. The timer is not being stopped, so Boise State will start and play this round at another man disadvantage as Lycan is still completely disconnected from the game. The grenade comes in. Legit Soldier going to use the run it back, try and get as much information and kills as he can. He's going to know that there's one playing outside U-Haul and get the kill. He's low on health, but he's going to make sure there's nobody else playing on the inside of U-Haul, and then that run it back will expire. So that's going to let Boise State push up through A long without a lot of interference except from the long angle there.
And Boise State effectively turned this in from a 4v5 with that run it back. They brought it back to basically a 5v5 with Soja being able to get the killer. I guess maybe dropped it down to a 4v4. That was such a good play from him to just pop that early, see if he could get the info and find a kill to kind of balance this out early.
Jet for the side of Boise State, that's the disconnected Lycan will go down. Now, unfortunately, that's going to reveal the fact that the Jet for the side of Midland is playing on the back side from the attacker spawn. So Boise State have a little bit of a read on where one of those attacks is coming from. The other one is unknown, but if Boise State are paying attention at all to U-Haul, they're going to see him right as he comes around this corner. Dreammaker not going to get what he finds. Oh no! Shell's looking through his camera as What comes in and gets the kill on Legit Soldier. Perfectly executed from the side of Midland University. They'll get another round win. Boise State caught with their pants down, not ready for that attack coming through U-Haul.
And I think if he would have taken just a half second longer to push up and look for that second kill, he wouldn't have got it. Because I think that Boise State's Cypher would have done a good job of getting off the camera. The calls would have come through and the comms would have got a turnaround there. But because they just went aggressive just like that and pushed right through, he was able to get that before they could get off the camera.
Yeah, very unfortunate that Shells was watching the camera there, and Boise State losing 4 in a row. This is, as we've said before, a long road, but Midland University making the steps they need in order to start this comeback. Grenade comes in once again. That seems to be a key play for Midland University on the defense. Legit Soldier going to get taken out with a headshot as Boise State already at a man disadvantage. Going to pick up the spike, send in the drone, and rotate towards B. As they do hear one come through teleporter, they know there's someone there. It's just a matter of who's more patient.
Yeah, this is, I mean, effectively because the Jet from Boise State is still DC'd. It's essentially a 3v5. It's going to be a tough retake. You see some utils coming out from Boise State on both sides just to try and get a little bit of info here. And then the wallbangs and TP, that was big play from Dreammaker there to find the wallbang.
He is going to get one of his teammates taken down, and remember, that Jet is not part of this Boise State squad, so this is a 2 versus 4 for Boise State, 2 versus 3. We've seen Your Hat do more with less, though. He will go down, just leaving Dreammaker. He does have the spike, and there aren't many players playing the side of A for Midland University, just one. So Dreammaker does have the potential to get that spike down, potentially use that Hunter's Fury to keep the enemy from defusing. You know, he can use that to keep the defuse from coming through. If he gets this kill first, he'll get it. He's alone now on A, but the TP's coming through. He does not have much time to plant. With the Jabate, going to go through the teleporter and head straight back to B, but now there is a player in position. Beautifully played. Dreammaker going to get another one, and it's a 1v1. The spike is going to go down, and he has the Hunter's Fury to keep the defuse from coming through. Dreammaker with the potential to come through and get this win for his team.
And he heard the TP come through as well, so he knows where he's going to be attacking from. And he may just wait to see if he even needs to use his Hunter's Fury, because at this point, with a 1v1, he may feel confident enough to just take this gunfight.
It depends on the information he gets. If he hears the defuse come and he's not in the position that he'd like to make that happen, he may use the... Beautiful! He may use the Hunter's Fury, but he doesn't need it. Dreammaker gets 4, shoots Wolf in the back of the head, or What in the back of the head, excuse me, and will get the win that he needs to send Boise State to match point.
Got some serious info with Jet using that updraft to try and just kind of fly at that. That was just such an aggressive play, and it was so easy to just kind of sit back there with Dreammaker and just let him hear that and know exactly where that Jet was going to be at with the updraft. Easy headshot and easy round win there.
Especially because Jet has a little bit of a reload time. Her animation coming out of that updraft, she takes a second to pick her gun back up. So for a split second, you're defenseless right after that tailwind. So very easy for Dreammaker to get what he needs when the Jet is virtually defenseless and kind of facing the wrong direction. The Hunter's Fury will come through for the side of Boise State. They'll send in the pulses. Won't get any tags, though, so not much gain there from that side. Shells gets a headshot onto What. They're going to tag the ult orb and see if that baits anybody into rotating into showers, but no such luck.
Oh, there's the ult coming through there from Raze. That's tough.
Legit Soldier. Oh, and we have a freeze. Potentially video freezing on our end, or it could have been a network freeze on the side of Boise State as they were playing this round. We're going to have just one more technical pause as we see if Boise State can pull out that final round and take this first map win against Midland.
I guess Valorant may have added a new legend that can DDoS people whenever they want to. So that's kind of tough for us to get those technical difficulties, but it does happen. If
it happens, it happens. But that gives us a little bit more time to dissect this play that's coming through from Boise State. As we launch back into the game right now, we're back in it. Scout going to take down Shells, and it's a 3 versus 3, but we've got one player for Boise State for Midland University very tagged up. That Raze is on death's door.
And it's really, like we talked about, it's really a 2v3 because there is no Jet for Boise State. So they got that early kill, and Your Hat's just doing such a good job. He's winning huge gunfights just to keep this 4v5 almost feeling like a 4v4.
Absolutely. And the final player for Midland is outside showers and has no way in. Legit Soldier finds the headshot. Boise State, in the final rounds, even at a man disadvantage, picks up the win they need and will move on to map 2. We'll be heading to Ascent. after this. But before we head out, let's take a moment to remind you that we are having our first ever fighting tournament here at Boise State. If you are interested in competing in Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Smash Ultimate, sign up at smash.gg/tournament/thebeatdown/Boise State. We've had most of those tournaments go on through, but they were a blast to watch. And if you're a subscriber here on our Twitch channel, you will be able to rewatch a lot of those as they have already come through. Wow. Man disadvantage, still make it happen for the Broncos.
They made it look easy, too. They really did.
Your hat coming through with some incredible heroics, and Dreammaker can't discount his 4K that gets Boise State into that 12th round win. So that's going to do it for map 1. We'll be right back. We're going to see the Boise State take on Midland in an Ascent map coming up right after this. Don't go away.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Legendary parts for legendary wins. Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We've got a shot there of our wonderful big TV playing an instant replay from the Broncos' takedown of Midland University in that previous map. We're moving on right now to another map. It's going to be Ascent. That big map got the closing doors, got all those narrow choke points to push through. It's going to be a blast to see how the Broncos can play against this one. I want to ask you something before we launch into the map, though, Riley. That was pretty dominant. Now, credit where credit is due. Midland did an incredible job of coming back on the defending side of that map. But what do they need to do in order to, translate that momentum and keep the game from getting away from them in the first half of Ascent as we launch in?
Well, I think the change that we saw from the first side to the second side, and it definitely does have something to do with going from being attacking to defending, but they started to use those utils so much better, and I think that that's going to be so critical, because like you said, there are a lot of choke points on Ascent, and so using a lot of smokes is going to be so critical for this team to kind of hold down things and not let Boise State just get so aggro like they love to do. Like you said, they're kings of chaos, to use the football team's term. They love to just fly. using your utils is going to be so important for Midlands.
As we launch in here, this is Boise State's Valorant match up against Midland University. Our second map is going to be Ascent, and as we're getting that prepped here, I would like to make a prediction. I think that the team that is able to come out aggressive and take a lot of control in the early game will end up being able to translate that into a later game win. Boise State, you know, we've noticed that when they tend to fall behind, they can make a good play of coming back on it, but sometimes, you know, they just get in their own heads, and when they're able to lose control of a round, it tends to spiral for them. So if Midland University can use their util to make a stop to Boise State's momentum, they'll have a lot easier time controlling the pace of this match. And Boise State, in the reverse, if they're able to play that aggressive and attack style that they like, I predict that they're just going to run away with this one.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there, to be honest with you.
Boise State is going to come out on the attacking side first, fielding roughly the same comp as they did last round, although they're going to swap the Brimstone for an Omen, very interestingly. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I got the sides mixed up. Boise State having a completely different comp as last round. My apologies, everybody. They've got a Reyna that they love to field. They've got a Sage that they enjoy playing, and they've swapped out the Phoenix for a Raze. So Boise State playing a very different comp as they did last time.
You saw that right click come in through with the classic there, that little 3-shot instead of the 1. And I think that Boise State changed up their composition there simply because, like we talked about, utils are so important, and those a little bit slower paced people can kind of cut things off.
Okay, I was right the first time. Boise State are the team with roughly the same composition as they were the first time. That's all right, though. We're going to see Midland University once again. That's 3 in a row for them, taking the pistol round away from Boise State. So very interesting. Boise State seeming to struggle, at least against Midland, on these pistol rounds. And like I said, they can be a little bit of a toss-up. They just feel different to play through. The TTK is so much higher with a pistol round that it can favor teams with a different play style much more than the rifle rounds can. They're going to send out that blind and the recon arrow. Going to see somebody there, but not much else going to be found. Midland University forced to back up a little bit as the Reyna goes down. Lycan tagged up, but none the worse for wear as he'll get away with his ghost. Boise State seeming to favor aggression toward the B side. There were shots exchanged on A and a smoke sent out, but Boise State baiting Midland University to rotate to the wrong site as they take full free control of B side and plant the spike without a shot fired on the B site.
And they had a pretty good idea that no one was rotating there. When you saw Legit Soldier throw that blind around the corner with his Phoenix, they knew there was probably no one rotating because they had Lycan back there. That was disgusting headshots.
Wow! Dreammaker and Lycan both surviving with just slivers of health and getting the kills they need to put Lux all on his lonesome. Gonna try and blast back in here and find something.
Oh.
Even with the stinger in his hands, he can't beat Legit Soldier. Boise State, as they're so wont to do, will pick up the second round regardless of the gun advantage Midland University have going into that.
I was really afraid for Legit Soldier. I thought the 180 flick was about to come through there, and that was really scary because that would have really opened that round up.
Even gets the headshot, but unfortunately for Lux, the headshot with that stinger is not enough to one-shot kill somebody. You need a little bit more, and doesn't find the spread he needs with the stinger. So not going to quite work out for him in that play right there.
And the stinger it's really such a good gun. I know a lot of people don't even want to buy a Frenzy anymore. They just figure, just go stinger.
Yeah, it's only 500, well now 600 credits more, but it has so much more versatility, faster firing rate. It feels so much more deadly to push into than the Frenzy does.
Yeah, I agree. Little one taps can kind of get a little bit more range with it as well.
They're going to send the drone in. They're going to find a lot of information there, but Dreammaker will get himself taken down because What pulls in, gets himself an easy kill with the shorty, and wow, passing ships in the night. Lycan, Dreammaker, and Scout all walking circles around each other through that smoke. Almost going to find each other there, but it will end up the kills going the way of Boise State as Midland University down to just 2 players. The door is shut, and the spike is going to go down on B once again.
And I think your hat might have got some info there. I think he saw someone pushing through back spawn. I don't know for sure.
They're going to know based on the location of that Roomba, the Death Roomba coming in through there, that there is the final player for side of Midland University looking the wrong way. Just unfortunate timing. So much of this game just comes down to game sense and knowing when to peek certain angles and things, the timing just not going the way of what with the Ares there. So Boise State 2-1, going to find what they need and now have all the cash in the world for a full buy.
Yeah, and you called it. It was about aggression for Boise State. That's what they had to do. They had to come out be aggressive, kind of fly at people, and we've seen that the last couple of rounds. Lo and behold, they came back from losing that pistol round and take a 2-1 lead.
Now, because Midland University made a full save last round, they will be able to afford all the guns they could want, including an op for Scout. So they do not have a firm advantage to Boise State going into this round. This is perfectly even in terms of money spent and guns available. It's all going to come down to the gunplay and the execution. Wow! Gets a tag through the smoke, just knowing roughly the timing that is likely to happen coming from the side of Midland University. That's the game sense right there that I was just talking about.
Yeah, Boise State doing a good job. They popped 2 ults there. You saw Legit Soja pull his, run it back, and then you saw the knives come out for Jet. She ran, that's Lycan doing the double updraft into that, and it almost worked for him.
Midland University getting the better of almost all of that fight as most of the members of Boise State go down. Legit Soja is underneath. He's got a lot of health, but he's got a 3 versus 1 as well. We'll get 1. That's the beginnings, but he is in a tough situation now. He will get taken down by a jumping classic shot. Those can be so deadly at close range. Scout with a little bit of BM, gonna teabag a little bit there as we go 2-2. This round, this match already coming out a little bit closer than our first one did. Midland University doing a good job of making this one a little bit more of a match.
You see the op still obviously on the board for Scout, which is going to make him so deadly. He loves to stay over in this mid side, try and get that early pick, and then rotate around to a site. And with this map, like you were talking about earlier, there's so many choke points. It's a lot easier to find a kill here with the op than it is on a lot of other maps. Yeah,
especially in that in the long sight lines that you get in mid there. You know, coming from catwalk or looking down that mid from the gardens, you can get so much vision and lock down so many different angles with one player just using the op and playing mid. They're going to send in the drone. They're going to get information. Oh, and there comes the Hunter's Fury. He's going to get 1. They're going to get the shots needed to tag him down. Almost gets the second tag, but not quite going to get it. The shock dart kill actually coming out for Scout. Bullets flying everywhere, but Boise State coming out ahead. In a 4 versus 3, they're going to get the spike down once again on B. They seem to favor this B site when push comes to shove, and you can see why. They're just able to hold down the angles just a little bit better. They will get a kill. Dreammaker will go down, but now Boise State know exactly where What's playing from. So it's a 3 versus 1, and his position is already revealed. This is a tall ask that What finishes this round all by himself.
Yeah, but What's in this? Yeah, there you go. I mean, you're getting double beat. Good luck.
Yeah, just when your position is revealed like that, you don't have the time to rotate very far to go to another place without running. So they're going to know if you rotate anyway other than the position you're coming from. And so they know where you're coming from. They've got angles set up to keep you from peeking into one person at a 1v1 multiple times, and it's just so hard in that position to get a series of 1v1s in order to make that clutch happen.
Well, if you're What, you probably have a little bit of beef with your Sage as well, because she didn't even give you the opportunity to wide peek with her wall going up where it did. There was only one spot that you could come from in that alley, so it's even smaller of a chance to find that clutch because it was a narrow peek only.
Oh wow, Legit Soldier with no fear jumps up the boxes and gets a headshot onto What. Not any hesitation. He'll use the run it back and get a second kill. Boise State in a 3v5 as Legit Soldier using the run it back and his absolute fearlessness to get Boise State complete control of A. They've had this before though, and Midland were able to make the retake happen. And there it is, there's the beginnings. The Sheriff kill will get a headshot onto Yurhat. So Boise State losing a bit of their advantage.
Oh. Lycan did a good job of sniffing out that flank early though. He was ready for it even though he missed a couple of shots, and then Legit Soldier with another big kill. What a round from him.
Blind, beautiful blind. He just makes it look easy. It's like watching someone from Diamond jump into a bronze match. No shame, no hate to the players of Midland University. It's just Lycan, Legit Soldier, and Yurhat seem to be playing on a bit of another level today.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Legit Soldier, no fear that entire round. He got 4 there, I believe, right?
Yeah, 4 kills in that round. And 2 of them off the play of the run it back.
It was just so aggressive, and I love to see that. And it's, again, like you said, Boise State's aggression is paying off in full here right now.
Lycan gonna peek mid. Scout will get an early kill with that op onto Dreammaker, so that's what we were talking about. That mid aggression can be so punishing if you're pushing into an op like Scout has on the side of Midland University. So they're not gonna gain anything from their early aggression into mid except a dead body. Legit Soldier gonna pick up the ult orb, and now, ooh! beautiful play using the verticality capable of that raise in order to get 2 more kills for the side of Midland. Boise State are in trouble. This is looking to be a 3 versus 4 scoreline at the end of this half. Or excuse me, at the end of this round.
Yeah, and UHAT and Legit Soja have been really just hitting a lot. And you see Legit Soja, he's already ready for the flank through mid. He already got info on 1. He's not going to be able to find the second, though. That's tough.
Just too many attackers coming from too many directions, and Midland University doing a fantastic job in that round. I think they played that nearly flawlessly. Just holding down the right angles, bought the op, got the early kill, didn't get aggressive with it, made Boise State push into them, and just having all the right angles, using, you know, the kind of the perception, you know, you get used to people peeking from certain angles, you kind of start to expect it, so they start to mix it up a little bit. They have that raise peek up over the top of the wall using those blast packs, and gets an early kill, translate that into a man advantage, and Midland University, that was chef's kiss. It was beautiful out there.
Yeah, the blast pack was an impeccable play there.
They're going to push down A once again. They don't seem to like to push down one side too much. Kind of liking to try and keep it different, keeping it fresh. Legit Soldier once again having to run it back after he used it only 2 rounds previous, but it won't get him anything this round. He'll get immediately taken down. But he will get some kills with his regular corporeal form, getting a second one onto What. And now he's going to heal himself back up. The spike will go down and Boise State has a man advantage.
Oh, that's tough. He got caught right in that Hunter's Fury, though.
They heard the hot hands come down, and they knew he'd be playing in that corner because that's where it's safe. So they throw out the Hunter's Fury to pick up a free kill. Do Midland University, and now it's a 2v2. The op is still out for Scout as well, so he doesn't need much time in order to make these shots count.
It's good win early there. Went for a crazy wall bang, but Boise State got a good pick in this 2v2. Got to start off early. He knows where this player is going to be in alley, but he's not going to get a chance to find him, and he jumps right over the other player that was just directly under him.
Unfortunate there for Scout. He goes aggressive, doesn't try and seal off any angles. Just working with the information that he has. He can guess that there may be somebody playing on Spike, but unfortunately just chooses the wrong 50-50 there, and the person ends up being playing underneath, and just an easy kill for a rifle player against that classic when you're facing the wrong direction, especially.
Yeah, that's never going to happen unless you hit a couple of big-time right clicks and find a couple of headshots and easy kills. But I've been really impressed so far this round and this map with the way that Legit Soldiers responded. I mean, he had some big kills in the first map, but he didn't have a huge KD, and he's just gone crazy the second map.
Yeah, they're going to smoke off long once again, and Lycan now has his hands on an op. He's even going to get a little bit of information in the form of that recon dart there, so he'll know that there's at least one person playing mid there. Boise State coming out with full mid aggression. Every player pushing down mid with the exception of Legit Soldier, who's creeping his way up B. And wow, the timing. He gets lucky there when the blind comes out from the side of What, and he'll get an easy headshot kill. Boise State going to head into A site once again.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. You lose that mid, you lose that battle mid, but Boise State still got such a huge advantage here that even losing that opportunity with the judge mid, it doesn't really matter. Or the Odin, excuse me, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Boise State with 3 players. The player with the op, Scout, on the side of Midland will go down, and it's just the Sage remaining here for Midland University. He's got a stinger and not much in the way of aggressive util, so it's a tall order to get him this round win by himself, and Shells will pick up the headshot to put this one away.
And they got that Odin back, which is going to be big because they do have a really good opportunity to continue to use that. And they were able to buy. Boise State, now they've got a ton of guns coming through. You see there's probably going to be a little bit less. Yeah, you see a Sheriff coming out there for Midlands just because they don't have nearly the eco that Boise State has.
Boise State looking like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons out here. They got stacks on stacks. They got all the money in the world. They're going to give that beautiful LMG to Dreammaker that he loves so very much, the op to Lycan, so they're starting to run away with this just a little bit. They've got a 3-round lead, and they've got money for days. Well, the grenade comes out and will tag Lycan up just a little bit.
There's the op.
There it is, though. Boise State with a quick 2 kills, and it's already a 4 versus 5 as they're attempting to bait a member from Midland to peak that early round by touching the ult orb there. Nobody's going to take the bait just yet. Yora will actually get one into the smoke onto Shells, so it's a 3v3, game's even.
Dreammaker just couldn't get any sort of information with that double up drift. Didn't really work. You see this Hunter's Fury coming through. But again, bad timing there on the ult doesn't really work out for him. He's not going to find a kill with it.
No, but the op will come through for the side of Lux. He's going to get one and take out Glass, so he's free to rotate between these two angles without making any noise should he choose to. He will be revealed from the recon dart, but Boise State only have 2 players and they still have yet to plant. 45 seconds remaining. Dreammaker's going to put it down. The attempted AFK bait there. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never trust the enemy team when they say AFK. Right there.
Yeah, it doesn't work out too well, but Boise State did a good job. They had a feeling he was just going to be sitting up there heaven. There's no other place he can really be with the op, especially because he did break Glass, but it's tough to get aggressive when you're in a 2v1 retake there when you've only got an op. I mean, I say only. That's the brutal retake. Yeah, it's just the op can be so good in the right situations and so bad in the wrong ones. Is really just the sad part about it. You know, he did have the opportunity to try and push through doorway there. That was an option that was available to him after he took out Glass, but the sight lines coming through that door are so short that he probably felt like he needed to take the longer sight lines available to you at Heaven. And when you do, you know, you're just a little bit too predictable, able to see what you need to see from Boise State and get that kill early on. He didn't know where the spike was getting planted, excuse me, as well, so that made it harder. That's a good opening kill from Boise State, though, from your hat, though. He actually TP'd into the boathouse. I love that play in order to get a crossfire coming up. So now Boise State, wow, with 2 op shots, have complete control over this site. Legit Soldier will go down, but we'll get the information that the last 2 players for Midland are playing in mid-market. And now Dreammaker's going to wallbang his lights out, trying to find something with that Odin as Scout is down to low health and just a frenzy against 4 players all by his lonesome. Yeah, feels bad if you're Scout. There's really not much you can do here. The wallbangs are coming through. They know you're there. Good luck. That's a catch-22. If you rotate, you walk into the sight lines of somebody and you die. If you stand there, they know where you're standing because of the recon dart and you die for the wallbang using that Odin. So that was just feels bad, man, for Scout there. No, big time. Big time. Now Boise State, once again, with all the money they need, but this is the final round of the half. So money about to reset. After this half, they're going to switch sides. Midland may be going to favor the attack side a little bit more than they do the defender side. We're going to have to see how things play out as we switch sides and the money resets, because Boise State and Midland will be on equal ground after this round is over. So potentially looking at a 4-8 or a 3-9 score line here coming in for Boise State. Noro attempts another TP into the back line, just like Boise State tries, but going to be denied as they see him coming. He'll have to cancel and run away. The drone comes out, sees that all of mid is completely empty aside for the smoked off areas, and sees the catwalk is completely clear except for 1 player playing back in the corner there. So he'll be revealed and be forced to rotate away. Legit Soldier going to push up. He's going to know somebody's playing there. Will he smoke? Wow, takes the blind peek, no blind necessary. Oh, good shots. And gets 2 that he needs. This is such a big round for Boise State. You don't want to go in 9-4, especially with how good Midlands has been with the pistol rounds. Boise State, they needed this round. They did a good job to get the start, but Midlands has done well to respond with 2 of their own. Somehow an 8-4 scoreline feels salvageable, but a 9-3 scoreline feels unattainable for a lot. It just somehow feels very different, even though it's a 1-round difference. So Midland going to pick up the win there. Beautiful usage of the Hunter's Fury by Scout. He's going to get a ton of kills and bring that round back for Boise State. Bring that round back for Midland, but still at a big disadvantage. They've got their 4 rounds down, looking a lot better than they did at the half in the previous map on Bind. So they generally tend to win these pistols. If that trend continues, Midland will be looking at a 5 versus 8 heading into the majority of this second half. That is very recoverable for the side of your hat. You definitely feel like you can come back from a 5-8 deficit. Yeah, and if you're Boise State, I think I saw 2 Furies coming out for them early. They're looking to get aggressive here. They don't want to get in a situation where this is 5-8. They don't want to get in a dogfight. They just want to put this away. I wouldn't be surprised to see some serious aggression coming from Boise State. They do tend to sometimes force up on these pistol rounds when they may not necessarily be in the right position to do so. So they do have a lot of heavy guns coming in. They're going to get smoked off and revealed by that Cypher cage. So they're going to have a tough time pushing into this the side of Midland University, because they are all revealed and their plan is already in flames. They're going to have to try and rotate away, look for an entry on another site, as nobody successfully made it through the garage for the side of Midland there. Yeah, and Boise State, you see there's some aggression coming through there from Boise State, and it didn't really work, and it's already back down. Boise State's up 3v2 here in this round, but not enough for them to be able to feel really confident with the aggression, I don't think.
Sends in the recon bolt, gonna get reveal onto Scout, who's all alone, and he has nowhere to go. He's got enemies on both sides of him. Very, very tagged up is Lycan.
Good shots.
Gonna get one kill. But the reload unkind, as Lycan will pick up the last kill. Boise State up 9-4.
Yeah, I ended up having to kind of eat my words there. I thought Boise State was going to be in a lot tougher situation. That's the first pistol round that they've taken, though, in this series, and that was a big one because I think going 8-5, that would have been really tough on Boise State. You don't want to go down, and you don't want to give a team that has momentum that pistol round and feel like they have a chance to really get going.
Absolutely, and Boise State bucking the trend, going to take their first pistol of the entire match here, and put this game a little bit further out of reach for Midland University. Now, as we say all the time, comebacks and momentum swing all the time in Valorant. A comeback is more than possible to happen here. But the more rounds that Boise State are able to put in their own pocket, the better chance they have of getting what they need to go out early.
Wow, that was very fast there. 2 kills from Legit Soldier and then 2 kills from the Sova from Midlands as well. Really just got that round even very fast.
That was a bloodbath down A long there, as one player from the side of Midland University was very tagged up, but they are playing a Sage, so they do have the ability to heal up. So that damage not permanent like it is for Boise State.
They did a good job kind of dodging through that Hunter's Fury there. Midland's trying to get aggressive, see if they can push into the site, and they're going to think there's no one there. Big kill from Shells there in mid.
Shells gets one, tries to swing and get a second, but the Stinger too much for him as the Sage player for Midland University going to even things up and put us back in a 2v2. Dreammaker, suspicious that there may be a rotate come through, is going to start playing cheating a little bit towards mid, but that is not the intent of Midland University. They're playing 2, and they're going to plant on site. 1 goes down. Plant is aborted as Your Hat gets the second. What do you need teammates for when you're Your Hat? He'll just win.
Yeah, and if you can hit headshots like that with the Spectre from heaven like that, I mean, no need to buy anything crazy. You might as well just give your creds to someone else on your team because, boy, those were nasty shots.
This is a beautiful, this bloodbath here. They get 2, do Boise State. They get another one almost on death's door, and then Scout for the side of Midlands brings it back with that frenzy, gets 2 headshot kills in the span of about 2 seconds and equalizes that. That could have been real bad for Midland University if he hadn't found that equalizing kill there.
Yeah, that Bulldog was ferocious there for Boise State there from Legit Soldier.
They are 10-4 are Boise State at this point. The Broncos cheating a little bit towards mid. They're going to send some shots from the smoke, get a little bit of a tag up, and a kill onto what? Able to get themselves out safely. Oh, the beautiful blind coming through will get one more kill. Gets one more. Soldier's on a rampage!
Oh, he gets the goodness!
Ace! 7 health remaining. He gets the entire team down using 1 blind and gun skill.
That last kill was just ridiculous. He was just flexing at that point. There was no need to do him like that.
He doesn't even need any sort of aggressive utility for this. He uses 1 blind, which expires by the time he comes out of the smoke anyway, and just using positioning and gun skill gets the ace all on his lonesome.
Yeah, those Phantom shots were very, very impressive. That last kill was just ludicrous.
Soldier is awake now. He may have started out slow a little bit on Vine, but he's 25-9 now, and he's got more than enough with strength right now to take down the entire Midland University team by himself in that last round. He'll get tagged up by a grenade right now, but heal himself back up with those hot hands, so everybody feeling very, very good about this from Boise State, even though you are down 3 players, in a 2v3. It's hard to feel bad as a team when you get something like that happening, especially when you're up 7 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're bound to lose a round. This Midlands team's shown that they have those flashes where they look really good, and there's times where they look like they can run with Boise State, so they're bound to lose a round or 2 every once in a while, although Shells with a big opening kill there to see if he can get this cut back.
Shells will get 1. It's a 4 versus 2, and he'll get a cross peek from both sides on his left and right, but he gets the kill early, which makes that much safer for him. Nora, with just a little bit more patience, could have made that a lot deadlier for Shells if he'd held that angle instead of peeking. So he's going to use his camera. He's going to find out where one of the players is playing. He's got a reveal, and he's going to try for a wall bang. Not quite going to get it, but he's got his buddy Your Hat here. It's a 2 versus 3, and Your Hat does have the LMG, so he can spray through these walls all day long.
And there goes the smoke for him as well. He's going to be able to try and blind someone who's sitting back there in A long.
He's got 1 that he needs. He's got another sealed off with the Cypher Cage. Scout is going to get your hat. So now Shells is in a 2 versus 1. And just with the help of that shock dart coming through from Scout, not going to get what he needs. Midland going to pick up their 5th round and put us in a 5 versus 11. But that Cypher Cage usage on the side of the Broncos there absolutely kept the Midland player University, who was playing in Wine, out of the fight. He couldn't peek in without revealing himself. So very well played from the Broncos, just a little bit better played from the side of Midland University, using the man advantage that they have and playing underneath Heaven to get the lineups that they need in order to make that one happen.
Yeah, Boise State has done a really good job of getting themselves back into rounds when they go down early, because that has been a theme, but Midlands is just hanging on, playing under Heaven here. That happened to them a couple of times. They're kind of doing it back to Boise State.
Dreammaker with his infamous Odin spray coming through the B garage site there, hoping to find somebody, but not quite so lucky. He's going to be unrewarded, as most of the players for the side of Midland University are actually cheating mid to A. Only one player is actually remaining even remotely close to B, and they're actually rotating through spawn as we speak, so he will not be rewarded with anything at the moment, as Shells finds 1, finds 2. All the players for Boise State are going to know this is an A hit now, especially when they see the spike hit the ground. So they're going to send some shots through, and everyone from BSU is going to rotate and hold down those angles, daring somebody from Midland University to peek into them.
Yeah, and that was tough. They had a pretty good idea that there was going to be a push there coming through Garden, and there was just no real play there if you're Midlands. Boise State has 2 angles cut off. There's 1 in window and 1 just kind of hanging out there in the back. Good luck.
After the shots go through and they send the recon dart in, they know he's playing in Wine. All the other angles are covered by the recon dart, so if he's not being revealed by the dart, he must be down there in Wine, and he's definitely going to go down. Where Boise State on match point. 1 round remaining until they put this map and this match away, go up 2-0. But honestly, Midland University have what it takes in them to bring this back. We've seen them go on runs before. It's these flashes of brilliance that come in from them, just punctuated by small mistakes that can keep them from winning a lot of these clutch scenarios.
Yeah, and it is kind of a tough spot. I think I saw a stinger coming through there for Midlands, so they don't necessarily have as much to buy. I mean, you can't play with some of the big rifles. That's a tough spot to be in.
Soldier not going to get anything for that run it back, though. He'll get a tiny bit of information and then get shot down. He's going to send in a blind. Nobody actually watching the angle at the moment for him to blind, so both players will back off just a little bit. Dreammaker gets 2, the second one by accident as he sprays through the smoke. And now the players from the side of Midlands are held down in that corner. You can't get out. The hot hands goes in, and everyone goes down. Midland University going to fall to Boise State in another crushing defeat here. Boise State is victorious. They're going to pick up 2-0 win over Midland University. They're going to come away big, feeling real good after that one, especially legit Soldier. I think he might have had a 30 bomb in that second game there.
Yeah, he turned it around. He found something on that second map and really just started getting super aggressive there with that Phoenix play. The hot hands came through a couple of times. He made some good plays with them. The blind to get that ace was just ridiculous. He looked a lot more like what we know he can look like.
He was incredibly well played there, and play a little slow, came out a little sleepy, but he woke up and he made things happen big time for the side of Boise State there.
It's got to be nice, too, when you can be one of the higher kill players on your team, start slow, and have people like Dream and like your hat just kind of go out and say, don't worry, we got you. We're going to go big this time, and let you kind of get it figured out.
Boise State working as a team there, exactly as you say, when one player's feeling a little rusty, not quite feeling it today, the other players are able to pick up the slack and bring up big plays in order to keep everybody on BSU coming up on top. So yeah, well played. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's a great situation, too, when that happens on the first map, and then you start to wake up as well, and your teammates are popping off. I mean, you can't beat that. And Boise State showed they were it's just a dominant, just a freight train running through Midlands there.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in when Boise State are really feeling themselves, because it's like running into a brick wall.
Yeah, it really is.
As we close out this victory for Boise State, we are going to bring you a top 5 players of the game presented by... Oh, excuse me, my apologies. We do not have a top 5 plays of the game. We are just going to turn this one over. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere because we have some League of Legends coming up in just a little bit. So if you want to see a battle take place on the Summoner's Rift, stick around. We'll see you guys later.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.